Welcome to today's Rhapsody, everyone. So we have a very specific mission today. We're exploring a March 30th excerpt from Rhapsody of Realities by Pastor Chris.
Right, and we're looking at this text to unpack its faith-based framework for tackling what is really a universal human problem, chronic anxiety.
Oh, man. Yeah. Think about how you operate on a daily basis. Do you ever feel like you wear your worry wrinkles as a badge of honor?
I mean, that's such a great phrase. The source actually makes this really astute observation that we've essentially made worry a lifestyle.
Totally. It's like we're at a point where if we aren't actively anxious about something, we just assume we're being irresponsible.
It is a fascinating cultural baseline to challenge, right? We treat anxiety like it's this mandatory survival mechanism.
Yeah, but this text argues that it's an entirely unnecessary burden.
Exactly. And to break that habit, it points to a primary directive found in the book of 1 Peter, chapter 5, verses 6 and 7.
Which says, casting all your care upon him.
Right. And the text leans heavily on the Amplified Classic translation for that verse.
Yeah, which really underscores the absolute nature of the command. I mean, it's not telling you to just, manage your stress.
No, it tells the reader to throw the whole of your care onto God. It explicitly lists your family, your job, your finances, your future.
And says to do it once and for all. You are literally instructed to refuse to worry. But I have to push back here a little bit.
Sure, go ahead.
So treating anxiety like a corrupted file that you just drag to the trash and permanently empty sounds great in theory.
Right, in theory.
But practically, doesn't taking your entire mental load and casting it away kind of border on abandoning personal responsibility? I mean, if I completely refuse to worry about my finances, my mortgage doesn't just magically pay itself.
Oh, absolutely. That is the immediate logical hurdle most people hit when confronting this concept.
Right.
But the text isn't advocating for negligence here. The underlying mechanism is about severing the link between necessary action and emotional distress.
Okay, severing the link. How does the text explain that?
Well, the theological reasoning provided is that this higher power watches over you diligently and affectionately.
Affectionately. That's a very specific word choice.
It really is. The crucial distinction in the text is that this oversight isn't there to judge or condemn your life's choices, but to actually do you good.
So it's about removing the mental friction. I mean, you still go to work, you still pay the bills.
Right, you still do all those things.
But you operate without that background app of panic constantly draining your battery.
Precisely. By actively shifting that emotional weight to an entity you believe is affectionately managing the macro picture, you eliminate that mental feedback loop of panic.
Which frees up your cognitive capacity to handle the micro tasks right in front of you.
Exactly. You act out of purpose rather than fear. And to prove that this state of being is actually achievable, the source points straight to the natural world.
Oh, right. It brings in Matthew chapter 6 and the imagery of the fowls, the air. You might be familiar with this imagery. Look at the birds.
Right. They don't plant crops. They don't harvest.
Yeah, they don't gather food into barns to stockpile for a recession.
No, they don't. Yet the text points out they are fed by a heavenly Father.
But looking at that through the lens of this specific framework, the birds aren't just lazy.
Oh, not at all. They are highly active. I mean, they hunt, they build nests, they migrate.
Right. What they don't do is live in a state of existential dread about tomorrow's worm supply.
Exactly. And the text connects this lack of dread to other supporting verses too, like Zephaniah 3:17, which describes a God who rejoices over you with singing.
Oh, wow. Rejoicing with singing.
Yeah, and Psalm 68:19, which mentions being loaded with daily benefits.
So the ultimate goal the source outlines here is achieving what it calls a tranquil life, established in peace and anchored in prosperity.
Right. It's this fundamental shift away from the hyper-vigilant hoarding mentality of modern society.
Moving into a rhythm of daily trust.
Exactly. The overarching takeaway from this excerpt, which, by the way, you can explore more over at rhapsodyofrealities.org, is a call for a radical paradigm shift.
Right, arguing that fully trusting this higher power isn't just a comforting thought.
No, it says it is the active mechanism that completely removes the need for daily anxieties.
It really is an invitation to take off that badge of honor and smooth out those worry wrinkles, which actually leaves you with something to mull over today.
Oh, I like where this is going.
Yeah, so the text notes that the fowls of the air don't reap or gather into barns, yet they thrive.
They absolutely do.
So think about this for yourself. What is the human equivalent of living entirely free from the anxiety of gathering into barns while still actively participating in the daily rhythm of your life?
We trust you were blessed by this episode. To gain unlimited access to Rhapsody of Realities by Pastor Chris, please download the Rhapsody app using the link myapp.rhapsodyofrealities.org. God bless you.